Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. What we're going to be doing today is looking at the music that I just uploaded to this channel, the music that I did for The Matrix, the lobby scene, the famous lobby scene in that movie. And before we get into that, just a few thoughts on that track is that first, if you haven't seen it, go and see it. Also subscribe and hit the like button if you like it, and hit the dislike button if you don't like it. That's all good. All feedback is great. Actually, I've seen already both sides of feedback, people who are not liking it and people who are liking it. That's It's all good, because one of the reasons why I picked this scene to do the music for is it's just a perfect scene, and we don't need to change the music. Nobody needs to change the music, so I did something that actually no one asked for. For me, it was just a challenge because of that, because of how perfect that scene is, because how perfect that music in that scene is, and for me, that was an interesting challenge. Also, I had in mind something like cyberpunkish, synthy kind of thing. And I think The Matrix was a decent option for that, given that it's, I think, under the category of cyberpunk in its aesthetic and such. Not sure about that, but yeah, that's basically the reason. I'm not obviously I'm not trying here to do it better. Actually, I changed the title of the name of the title of the video just now, because the original title that I had was implying that I made it better, and I realized that actually based on a comment. Um, and it's like, oh no, yeah, I get it. So I'm not trying to be pretentious. It was just a fun challenge for me. So having said that, let me just go ahead and play the scene. I have it here first in my in DaVinci. So, and the audio for the scene is there, but I lowered the volume so we can listen to the music more clearly.
Would you please remove any metallic items you're carrying? Back up! Stand back up!
That's part of the video that I downloaded without the music. So that was the very first thing that I did was look for the video without the music and then, write the music over it. So now getting into Reason on the track on the how do I wrote the track. Let's go over the layers and such. It's a very simple track. One of the things that and if you follow and see some of these type of videos in my channel, there's something that I always kind of say is that I try not to overproduce. And for this scene, I was even more focused on that because the scene was, it's this shootout in the lobby, and it has a lot. It's noisy. It's very charged with a lot of shots of Neo and Trinity and the battle. Right? It's very noisy. So I didn't want to overproduce the track with a lot of effects. This genre of music I based on to create. I look for inspiration to create this track with this type of sound. Um, and one of the things that it does a lot is a lot of sound effects, a lot of sound design actually in the music. So that was something that I tried not to do. Actually, I didn't do a lot of sound design in the music because all of these sounds are in the movie itself. So I try to keep it as quiet, not as quiet, but as simple as possible, the track. So the movie comes across, right? It's what's happening in the scene is what's important. The music is just decorating that or giving an energy to that. So that's one of the things. So as you can see, I don't have that many layers. I have, some of these layers are actually the same instrument, just doing different things, but I don't have that many layers here. We start. Oh, one thing is this plugin here. So one of the things also for me, what did I do? For me, for this project is that for those who know this software, Reason Studios is what I use to write music. For those who don't know, do know it, you will. We all know that Reason doesn't play back video, so that's one of the limitations that I've always had when composing music, whether it's for video games or for movies or um, TV commercials or whatever. But I just started doing I say research. I just Googled. In 15 less than 15 minutes, I found this plugin, VidPlay VST, that actually allows me to play video in Reason. So I just open it here, keep it open, and I'll have it. It will play back with my with the video. So that's great with audio and everything. So that's great. That helped me a lot. It will be a track in your mixer. So you can modify the volume. You can, turn it up, turn it down, mute it, solo it, whatever you want. And it plays with the track. So that helped me a lot. It's not perfect, but it's it is for those of us who use Reason, who have had that limitation of video playback with the music. It is it is great. It is perfection for me. Of course, it's not a Cubase, but yeah, it's great. Okay, so let's get into the track, and the very first thing that we have in this track is this part where I have auto bass. It's a very simple auto bass, and I'm gonna solo all of these because the thing is that I couldn't automate the speed of the auto bass and in here, or at least I didn't know how to automate it. It's actually this little knob here and doesn't allow me to automate like this one, for example, that I clearly have an automate option there. If you know, just hit me up in the comment section and teach me how to automate this knob. What I did was I duplicated the instrument and on each one with a different speed. So one of the things that I really wanted to do was to kind of speed up the tension as they get close, enter the lobby and get checked up and the cops and whatever. So that's this part here. Wait, let me restart that. And this is when they're walking. Again, very simple. I didn't want to do a lot of stuff here, just to keep kind of the mysterious kind of thing there. But now it speeds up. So it goes faster and faster and faster. Under that, I have this texture that I did with Solar, this plugin, Spitfire. Okay. And then when the cop is approaching him and asking him, the cop is approaching him and he shows all the guns under the coat. I did this kind of build up here. And when it finishes, this kind of hit. And it's when we see him, right? When he opens up his coat and we see his face, Neo's face, right? I'm not playing back the video because I don't want to complicate the explanation, but the way that I use this ASIO, I don't know how to pronounce it, ASIO for all to compose as an output audio device for the sake of OBS recording the video, the audio for this video. I had to change it, and then the video here playback is not synced. You see, it's out of sync, but yeah, that's the only reason why I am not playing back the video and why I played back the video initially in the editing software. So I gotta figure that out, but yeah, that's the reason why I'm not keeping this video. I mean, I can keep it, but just know that it's out of sync. Okay, so then that's basically the intro here. Let's just play it now. You know, we're walking, it's kind of mysterious, it's a little bit of tension building up. There's a hit there, like a drum there. Now, this here, it's exactly when, let me see here. This is exactly when he hits him. When he hits him, as I told you, it's out of sync in the video, but it's this moment here when he hits him. And that's kind of audio. That's not necessarily music. I just found that it was cool. That should be like audio design or sound effects for that scene. I didn't intend to do it like as an audio effect, but I don't know. I liked it, so I kept it. So that's that in the intro. And then there was this funny thing in this clip that I thought it was interesting. And it was, oh well, I mean, then they start shooting each other there. I didn't do music there. They kill all of the guys. right?
Back up. Stand back up.
So now it's when I come back with music, but listen to this. You hear that sound? Dun dun. That's kind of that, not kind of, but that's the machine, the belt, the security belt there that's making that sound, and I use that to do this, to do this. And that's when they're coming. I kind of feel like it adds tension to it. And I don't know, I thought it was interesting to use something from the scene and implement it in the music. And then when they kind of, when the cop says freeze, I did a reverse there when they look at each other. Again, I apologize for the video being out of sync, but is this moment, let's see if I can find it here, when they look at each other, right? Here, there, right? It's when we hear this. Oh, come on. And they look at each other. So so that's and here's when the actual kind of music, because so far it's been very like atmospheric, right? And now it's when the actual music starts. And the first thing that I'm gonna show is this synth, right? Oh, I left it with a lot of reverb. I didn't realize that. I don't think that was intentional. Anyways, let me just check. It's here, yeah. So that's kind of the motif. That's the motif. And what I did was I switched octaves. So bam bam ba-da-da-dum, ba-dum bum, ba-da-da-dum. Ba-da-dum, ba-dum bum, ba-da-da-dum. There's a pause, and then a higher octave, right? And accompanying that, I have this auto bass. And what happens in this pause is when Trinity jumps and goes like, does this acrobatic jump, like going around, walking on the wall and do this kind of flip or whatever. I don't know how to call it. And it's this sound here that I did for that pause. And it continues. But then it continues in that higher octave, right? And then for the drums, a very simple drum. Very simple drum. No hi-hats there. Wow. And then I introduce the hi-hat to add a little bit more energy. Okay. That's basically it. That's basically it. Other than that, I just added little details here and there. Like for example, these sounds here, these pads here. Just to add a little bit of texture. And I don't know, I think it adds a little bit of badassery. And that's it. So that's basically it. Then I added here a little bit of I muted the synth, the main motif, just for clarity, because these are little textures that are supposed to be like in the background more. I mean, you can hear them, but it's not like you know, they're not on top of everything, right? So that's why I'm kind of muting the main motif of the track. I added those voices. Right? And this is when Neo is going around like this. Let me see if I can show it. Right? This part. So adding a little bit of more like, because I feel like those voices are very angelic, and it's like a little bit more of magic to him, like epicness to him. Not epicness, but what's the word that I'm looking for? More making him feel more majestic or something. I don't know. It's just a feeling that I get. It's like this. It's Neo is the chosen one, right? So then at the end, I did a little bit of a change of the main motif just to close the song, and to add a little bit of variety. Like I was getting tired of listening to the same thing. So I added a different pattern and did the same thing, played with the with octaves and pattern of the drum. But let's hear first the main synth. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. And then an octave higher. And then I did change the drum for that section, the pattern. Let's hear the drum, and let's hear it. The auto bass I kept, but in this case I just kept it within one note. So the drum pattern is different. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Then one of the things that I did throughout and at the end was add some of these. I have this plugin that's called what happened? Oh, please close. Decadence. It's basically this big drums, cinematic drums plugin, and I added some hits throughout, right? So at the beginning, and then that thing that I did with the belt is done with that plugin as well. And then there are other parts where I added, like here. Right? And another part, it's and this is the part when Trinity is hitting some guys from the back and whatever. This part here. The problem is that it's out of sync. I apologize for that. I didn't anticipate that problem before recording the video. But it's that part and yeah. So I added some hits here and there just to add intensity, especially in those pauses. I didn't want to add a lot because there was a lot of shooting, and you know, those shots are already like big hits, if you will. So I didn't want to add a lot of hits throughout the whole battle, and not a lot of special effects throughout the battle, because of all the shooting. It's a lot of shooting in that scene. So then I added some of those big drums at the very end. At the very end, just to do the conclusion where Neo jumps, hits, kicks the guy, and falls in a very lands on a very heroic pose. And I did you know, a rise with the drums, some effects, duplicated some effects from the beginning to back here, and then added some of those hits as well. So and that's the end. I wish I could but at the end of this video, I'm gonna edit in the video, the original piece, the whole piece. So that's that. Other than that, I just added some little very subtle details, like here, right? And what I did there, it was just that sound that I took, this brassy sound that I did with Trinity doing the, you know, La Vuelta Maroma, that thing that she does, walking on the wall and such. I just reversed it here. And then here again. Simple, very minimalistic, if you will. Because again, the scene for me was very loud, and I didn't want to add a lot of stuff. First, because it was gonna overwhelm the scene, if in my opinion. The original music, which is way better than this, the original music doesn't do a lot. It's more like that bass, and then a beat. It doesn't do a lot either. So, but it's so awesome. So very minimalistic. I kept it very minimalistic. The only reason why I have like maybe you can see a bit more layers here is because I tend to duplicate the sounds and do V shapes in the panning, and then add little differences to each side just to make it, I don't know, I kind of like doing that for textures, and I don't know. I don't even know why. Sorry, but other than that, it's a very simple track. Um, that I really like how it ended up. Again, not better than the original. I'm still I'm such a big fan of that. I think it was daring actually for me to take this scene and violate it this way. But I think it was an interesting challenge. And it's awesome to work on stuff that you actually really like movies that you actually really like, or video games that you love. And yeah, that's it. That's it for now. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. If you have any questions, just let me know. Hit me up in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like this video, and dislike if you dislike it. As well as the video, as well as the video that I uploaded. I don't remember when was it. This week, I guess, with the scene and the music. If you go ahead, go watch it. If you like it, hit the like button. If you dislike it, hit the dislike button. That's it's all fine. And leave me your feedback in the comments. One of the things that I've been doing is, like, when I get feedback of, it's not like I don't like it, or it's worse than the original, whatever. I don't remember the comments that I already have there. But for those that are negative, especially, I'm asking for, yeah, sure, you don't like it, it's all good. But give me some feedback. Tell me what isn't working for you, and maybe, who knows, maybe I go back and do a different track with the same scene, and based on that feedback, and re-upload or upload a second version of it. So whatever, it's everything's doable. Anyways, thank you so much for sticking around, and now let's hit play on the whole scene, final scene. See you later.
Would you please remove any metallic items you're carrying? Keys, loose change. Holy shit!
Back up! Stand back up!